Welcome to the showcase. Yes, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm the producer and owner of the showcase, which you can see behind me, the sign. And I've done about 150 videos up to date. And I think I'd like to use this time especially to tell you about me and why I have decided to continue and develop this showcase. Basically, going back in time, I started playing the guitar when I was 14. My parents were very poor, but I insisted that I wanted to play the guitar. I don't know why I had this inside gut feeling. My father reluctantly bought me my first guitar from a shop on Springbank. At that time was called Johnny Pat's Place. And I've never looked back. I sat in my bedroom in a council estate playing my guitar every day. Wouldn't say I was a natural. Took me a lot of time to work things out. Anyway, by the time I was 15, 16, I joined a duo with a friend of mine who played rock and roll guitar. His name was Mike, and we started a duo called Beaver Duo. That was in Hull, and it was exciting times. We was quite good, and we was doing rock and roll and 70s and all stuff like that. Mike was a bit of a singer, and I learned singing through working with him. And believe it or not, we was going out with the agents. Well, this is going back in time. I'm pretty old now. I remember our first gig was £14, and I thought that was everything. But the good thing is I learned to drive, and I got a small van, and we was going all around the place doing gigs as a duo called Beaver. Don't know where that came from. Anyway, we finished that, and I met another guy. We was called Impulse Duo, and we kind of like. I moved over to bass. I started learning the bass because two guitars was a bit tinny and a bit choppy in them days. So I picked up a bit of the bass and played guitar. My friend played guitar and lead. And we went to the Isle of Man, did a summer season in the Isle of Man when it was the Manx TT road racing. We was right on the front of Douglas Bay in one of the biggest hotels. And our room was packed every night. I was sometimes embarrassed because we was doing stuff like Karma Chameleon to bikers, but it seemed to go down well. We had some good lead and some good core and things like that. And that time passed by. Then I went solo, came back and went solo. Quite enjoyed that because it gave me an amazing grounding. I made a cassette which was sold in clubs called Shaun Martin's Popular Hits. Believe it or not, people were buying tapes in those days, and I was quite pleased to have one with my picture on the front. Sold a few, I think I had about 1,000 printed. I think I eventually sold them all. No, I didn't have to give any away. But I worked with some amazing acts. I did 10-day runs in Scotland, 10-day runs in Wales, 10-day runs in Newcastle, and I was up and down the country all over the place, and I loved it. I was pretty young. I felt like on top of the world. I wasn't a brilliant singer or a good guitarist. I just entertained. I got by and people liked it. I built up a fan base, and that was good enough for me. Then I started playing keyboards, and that's when really I started to pick up the knack of things. And a friend of mine used to call me Griff because I used to look like Griff Rhys Jones. So I called myself Griff and went out as a keyboard guitar vocalist. And Peter McLeod booked me in at the Scarborough Grand, and I used to play there Thursdays and Fridays. God, in the ballroom, it was absolutely packed. I had 2 bouncers on the door, rammed every night, and I played all the hits, and it was awesome. I had the dance floor rocking every night, and I really enjoyed it. Sadly, we get older. While I was doing a 10-day run in the Northeast, I met a lovely girl called Karen King. She was a female singer. She was quite well known. And we decided to form a duo, and we called this duo Leather and Lace, with the whole intention of going abroad, because Karen wanted to work abroad. She'd already done ships and things. I hadn't. So our first booking was in Dubai for Eva Clarence, and we flew with, never forget it, my first ever flight. was with an African airline. It was quite scary. But sadly, rest in peace, Karen passed away. After doing all the travelling internationally, we went cruising, we did North Sea ferries, we did Irish ferries. Then I came home because Karen met another guy. As it is, you never have satisfied with the same person. I think living in each other's pockets 12 hours a day, 24 hours a day was quite challenging. So I came home and I met another girl. Well, I put an advert in newspaper for a girl singer, and I found Helen Garnett. At this point, she was very, very young. Father came to my home, Ron, beautiful fella. And we formed a duo called White's Diamond, I think it was, Diamond White, something like that. And we went to Tenby. We got our first summer season in Tenby. That was awesome. We really gelled. She was absolutely the best singer I've ever heard in my life. And I was so chuffed to have somebody like that with me. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of harmonies. Then we went to Cyprus, up in the mountains in Paphos. That was fantastic. We did a season there. Then we came back, and then after the World War started in Iraq, then we went to France, up in the ski resorts there. And if I could ski, but I never learned to ski there, was in the Mont Volon 5-star hotel. Beautiful, never forget it. Anyway, we came home. Helen met her boyfriend and future husband, and I came home and went solo again. So whilst being solo for some time, and I met a girl trio from Hull called the Highlights, and two of the girls was twin sisters, Debbie and Cheryl Nins. At the time, they was quite popular, quite a nice duo. I went to see them. Quite got hooked up on Debbie. She was quite nice, and then she ended up being my wife. We formed a trio called Savage Onion. Now, Peter McLeod from McLeod Malden chose this name for us. He said, I've always wanted a band to use this name. We were like a comedy show group, ever so funny, a bit of a rip-off of Housequake, really. But we did that, and we did some awesome venues. We went to Germany. We did some big hotels and things like that. It was a bit near the knuckle. We did lose a bit of work because I was a bit too rude. But, you learn as you go along. We went to Dubai. We sang in some great hotels, and Cheryl came along as well to help us in Dubai. That was great. Then we came back, and I was asked if I could do some DJing, so I did some DJing for a great company in Hull, Duncan Wood. At the time, he had Yorkshire Entertainments, and he took me on as a DJ, and I did really well. I was earning some really good money as a DJ. In them days, there was lots and lots of work. I formed my own company, and I had a company called Computer DJ, and I had a video company DJ. I had 10 DJs working for me. It was absolutely fantastic. Then I went solo again after being fed up of the DJing work. And then I met my future wife, Jinder. Everybody knows her as Tui. Then I moved to Thailand, and the rest is history. So the experience I have far surpasses what I'm trying to say why I did this showcase, because I know a lot of acts. I know the business backwards. I know the agencies. I know pretty much everything. I'm not boasting my skills. It's just experience of 40 years working in the business. So the rest is history, and I moved to Thailand to retire. Now, I kind of didn't want to just retire out here without losing my knowledge of the business and all my friends that I'd made over the years. And I'd also joined a band. I was songwriting for a band called Breakthrough in Hull, which has got the best musicians in the world. Terry Bell, Chris Brown, Ken Opie on drums, Claire Pierce as girl singer, and of course Matt Bishop on bass. And we've got, I think we're up to 7 or 8 songs now. And I continue to do that out here. So I write the foundations of the song. And then Chris takes the song with Terry and then edits it and makes it, puts all the polishing bits on, and Chris produces it, and they've turned out absolutely awesome. If you want to listen to some of those tracks, we'll have a website up very soon. There are some on YouTubers. It is because we used to be called Breaking It Band. But now we're called Breakthrough, relaunched, and we've got some great songs to produce. While I'm out here, I thought, okay, I'm an English teacher, so I'm qualified as a teacher. I'll teach a bit of corporate English, and that's what I did, and I enjoy doing that a lot, because teaching Thai people is very different to teaching English people. So I do that. Now, I thought about at Christmas last year, I thought, how can I promote people like people have promoted me? And I thought, I'll do a podcast. I'll give it a go. I asked a few people if they think it's a good idea, and they said, yeah, go for it. So I wanted to create stories from entertainers who had already been in the business a while, and I wanted to express how they achieved their success, because there's still a lot of people in this world who don't know a lot about the entertainment business. And I hope this meets their needs. Now, also, whilst I'm doing this, I'm bringing on board people like engineers, sound engineers, lighting engineers, promotions companies, so we all pick up good tips from each other. Now, with the 140 videos that I've done so far, international bookers have interest. I have 80,000 views, 1,600 subscribers, which is in 4 months, which is, I think, is an awesome accomplishment, and I'm pretty proud of myself. And I can't do it without you. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who watches the showcase, because you're supporting me and helping me produce more you're giving me enthusiasm, and you're inspiring me to do more. Now, I do want to express something here. I'm not doing it for financial gain. I don't charge acts for doing it, and I certainly don't get paid from YouTube. I am not monetized. Yes, I have got more than 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have the watch hours. You need 4,000 watch hours. Most of my videos are 20 minutes, so I assume YouTube won't find my videos long enough to put adverts in. But I'm sure maybe if you want to help me get monetized and you want to watch more of these videos, that would be awesome. And that would help me in terms of monetary, help produce more and better podcasts like these. Because I believe that, the entertainment business is a very, very challenging business. Very challenging. There's a lot to learn. To be professional, you've got to have good gear, good marketing, good promotion. And out there nowadays, there's a huge array of social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But YouTube is very, very hard to get noticed on. So people use Facebook the most to promote their acts. Now, there's a lot of tributes. I've done some awesome tributes on here. I would like some more famous bands. If you are in the entertainment business, no matter what you do, I would like to hear from you. Please email me, theshowcasehull@gmail.com. So email me, theshowcasehull@gmail.com. Now, I also want to tell you that I'm in Thailand, but my showcase is based in Hull, so that's where everything is made from. And what I also want you to do is, if you're not in the entertainment business, please watch these videos, because they're quite entertaining. Some of the acts have got some great stories to tell. And I think stories are very, very interesting, especially about the entertainment business. So if you're watching, please continue to watch more. I really appreciate your helping me produce more better content for the future. And if you have a favorite act that you would like to see on here, whether it be a dancer, a singer, a comedian, a juggler, a magic act, it don't matter. If you're a rigger and you're going out with Slade or going out with some of the big bands, setting up the stages, you're just as important, and I'd like to hear some of your stories. So please remember, if you want to come on the showcase, I'd be more than delighted to welcome you on here. I do balance out the acts that are on. I don't do every day the same act, like an Elvis tribute every day. I don't do a Madonna tribute every day. I balance it out so people have got the variety to choose from. And within this video, you'll have seen a lot of photos of my acts, past and present. And I'm to be honest with you, I think I've had a great life in the entertainment business. It hasn't rewarded me financially, but it's helped me in life. I taught I studied as a professional teacher. I'm fully qualified as a teacher. I've got my cert ed, and I've worked in many schools. I was a music teacher. I was a corporate teacher. I'm a business teacher, business skills. So I think I'm pretty all right in terms of knowing what I'm talking about. And I don't bullshit. I like to give it as it is, because people want to know exactly what it is you do and exactly what you're giving. So if you want to learn anything, I think watching these videos, you can learn, because we've had people on here like Arthur Hillman, who has written a book. He wrote it in 4 months, and he's not an English teacher, and all the grammar and everything was great, and his book was awesome. I think he sold out within a couple of weeks. He was on here talking about his band Echo Beach. There's been some fantastic people on here, and there are still a lot of fantastic people I'd like to get on here. So this podcast is for you, and I hope you don't find them boring. Give me some tips, guide me, tell me what you want. I'll put it on here. I'll do my best to get it for you, to entertain you. If you want to know something that I don't know, I'll find out for you. Okay, so all I ask you to do is watch all the way through, click the thumbs up and press the like button. And please, if where you can, on the TV you can't leave a comment, but on your phone or on your iPad or anything like that, you can go on and leave comments, and I'd like you to leave a comment. If you think it's crap, tell me. If you think I need to improve, tell me. My ears are open. I want to do it for you. So please, the people out there, please, 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 from me, help me get this podcast much better for the purpose of entertainers. And let's keep in touch with Mark Ritchie, who writes also for Clubland and used to write for The Stage. Great guy. There's a lot of special people on here who can help you. So watch these shows and enjoy. So from me, your podcaster producer, Shaun Martin from Thailand, I'd like to say thank you for listening to this, and sincerely hope you continue watching. Now you know who I am and what I am. Thank you.
All in all,